Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are checking out my channel for the very first time, definitely consider subscribing because I make awesome videos on a weekly basis that you guys are gonna love. So previously we've looked at the top models working in the industry. We've also looked at the highest paid models in the industry on this channel. But today, let's talk about the greatest models of all time. I'm gonna break down the top 10 greatest models of all time coming right up. At number 10, we have Iman. Iman studied political science in Kenya, and she was discovered by an American photographer who convinced her to move to the United States. After she moved to the United States, she was signed by an agency and she got her first job modeling for Vogue in 1976. Soon after that, she quickly established herself as a supermodel, and she had a little bit of an acting career as well.
You guessed right. I know who you are.
Did you enjoy it when you were modeling? Had to always look glamorous and everything?
I think I probably enjoyed it more than I knew. You think you don't. You think I didn't think I was involved, with vanity, but certainly I was.
Lauren got started as a model in the 70s, and she was actually advised by her agents to hide her gap teeth. In 1973, she signed a contract with Revlon Cosmetics for $250,000 for a 20-day shoot. Now, at the time, this was the biggest contract in the modeling industry. So because of this, she got a lot of interest from Hollywood, and she was able to develop a successful acting career. The life of Gia Carangi is one of the most popular model stories in the world. Gia was considered to be the first true supermodel, as she was desired all over the world. Everyone loved working with Gia. She was beautiful, she was young, she was vibrant. And after her agent and mentor, Wilhelmina Cooper, died of lung cancer, she picked up a cocaine addiction, which later became a heroin addiction. By then, no one wanted to work with Gia because she was losing so much weight, she was visibly sick, and then she left her mother agency at Wilhelmina and signed with Ford, only to be dropped a few weeks later. Ultimately, Gia died at the age of 26 from AIDS-related complications. There's actually a biopic of her life called Gia, which was played by Angelina Jolie. This is one of the best movies about modeling. If you haven't seen this movie and you're interested in becoming a model, definitely watch this. It shows you the dark side of the modeling industry and points out a few things that you guys should be aware of.
You see, I've never thought I was good looking at any shape or form, because Vivian Leigh and Lana Turner and Ava Gardner and Rita Hayworth, I thought were beautiful. I didn't look like them, so I thought, it can't be good looking, right?
China is actually a 5'6" Portuguese and Chinese model. At the height of her career, she was actually considered to be the most beautiful woman in the world. She was the first non-white person to appear in an American fashion magazine, and that was Harper's Bazaar in 1959. She was a signed model all the way until her early 80s, and she ultimately passed at the age of 86.
And this is one of my favorite stores to go shopping, Victoria's Secret.
Heidi actually wanted to become a dancer, but she was convinced to enter a Face of the Year competition in Germany, in which she actually won. Then she became a signed model in Europe and had a successful career before moving to the United States. As soon as she moved to the United States, she started working with Victoria's Secret, and that's when her career took off and she became a supermodel. Cindy Crawford was actually known as Baby Gia because of her resemblance to Gia Carangi. And if you guys look at this photo side by side, it's almost very difficult to tell who's Gia and who's Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford was able to leverage the resemblance to Gia to her advantage, and she quickly used this to rise to fame and become a supermodel. Elle was known as The Body because she appeared on Sports Illustrated a record-breaking 5 times. Initially, she was enrolled as a law student in Australia, but she wanted to come to the United States for a year and try her luck in modeling, and little did she know, she quickly rose to fame and became a supermodel. Linda moved to New York in the 80s at the age of 19, and she was signed with Elite Model Management. She quickly rose to fame as a high fashion editorial model for her edgy features, and she appeared in more than 700 magazine covers before turning 21. Linda is often confused for Milla Jovovich, who starred in the movie The Fifth Element. Again, this is another freaky resemblance that is kind of hard to tell who's who when you look at these side-by-side images.
When you're walking on the runway, because you're working, you're doing a show, you're showing the new collections of whatever designer you're working for. Whereas walking on the red carpet, it's you, who you are as a person.
Naomi Campbell is the OG of modeling. She's been modeling for a very long time and she's still at the top of her career in her 50s. Naomi Campbell was actually a dancer. She was a trained dancer from a very young age all the way until her late teens. She actually appeared in a music video for Bob Marley, and then she was discovered and convinced to try modeling, and her career took off. She's known for having one of the strongest runway walks in the history of modeling. Finally on this list is Kate Moss. Kate Moss was able to strut the runway despite not meeting the height requirements. She's only 5'7", potentially shorter than 5'7", but she was still able to have a very successful career on and off the runway. She was recruited at the age of 14 at JFK Airport and had her first magazine cover at the age of 16. However, in the early 2000s, she lost almost $4 million in modeling contracts when a footage of her using cocaine was sold to the tabloids, and that pretty much ended her career. So guys, these are some of the greatest models of all time. There are a lot of models that I left off this list that should still be considered as being one of the greatest models of all time, and I'm gonna drop them down in the comment box down below. What do you guys think about this video? Who are your favorites from this list? Drop a comment. If you guys like this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to sub if you're watching for the first time. I'll see you guys in my next one.